Good morning, my fellow ultra MAGA Americans. Well, even if you live under a rock here in the United States, you know about Congress's super secret, explosive, last minute surprise witness. Here she is. Let's go to NBC News. January 6th hearing takeaways. Trump raged at AIDS. Take that note, AIDS. The witness describes that President Trump attacked Secret Service agents, tried to grab the wheel of the presidential limousine. Now, she didn't witness any of this. She heard this from somebody who claims they witnessed this. Unfazed by warnings of violence, according to testimony, Cassidy Hutchinson delivered new testimony before the January 6th committee that detailed Trump's outburst that day. Let's take a look at this headline. Former White House aides explosive Jan 6 testimony. Well, if you take a look at that info line, you would assume she's an aide to the president? Let's read on a little bit. It is well known that before the House Jan 6 committee hearing Tuesday that President Donald Trump has a temper. Nor was it a state secret that the ex-president berates aides and fumes when things don't go his way. What wasn't known is the full extent of Trump's rage as he saw his power and presidency slip away on January 6, 2021. Americans know a lot more now. Cassidy Hutchinson was the surprise witness at the January 6th committee's hastily called hearing, which offered fresh revelations. Yes, well, enough of this BS. Let's go to another news source, one that's hardly more credible, by the way, but offers a little bit more. The Washington Post. Trump sought to lead armed mob to Capitol on January 6th, aide says. Cassidy Hutchinson delivers stunning revelations about White House events on the day of the Capitol attack. That mostly peaceful protest where a little bit of rioting occurred, and the only person that died was, well, one of the rioters, a woman, a white woman, shot by a black police officer. A former White House official revealed, oh, she's a former White House official. Well, do go on. Revealed explosive new details Tuesday about President Donald Trump's actions on January 6th. Now, let's see how well placed she was. The testimony of Cassidy Hutchinson, who was an assistant to the then White House Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows. So, he was Mark Meadows' coffee girl, huh? That's what I think they mean by assistant. At 25 years old, she really didn't have much experience to be anything else but. I'm only making an assumption here, but I don't think I'm far off from the facts. Now, she claims that she was close by the president, and she claims that people that witnessed this came and talked to her about it. Now let's take a look at the White House floor plan. In the center, we see the Oval Office. To the immediate left is his study. To the left of that, it says dining room. I'm guessing that's his private dining room. Then we have a couple of numbers. Number 10, well, it doesn't say which one. It just says There's a senior advisor in that office. Next one over, another senior advisor. Next one over, number 8, is a reception area that opens to the chief of staff's office. Now, I'm betting good old Kathy worked in office number 8. After all, she was one of many chief of staff aides. And like I said, at 25, I'm sure she didn't do much more than, get his coffee, staple paperwork together, collate paperwork, stuff like that. As you can see, the chief of staff's office is not exactly right next door to the Oval Office. So good old Kathy's access to the president wasn't exactly quite as close as she would have you believe in her testimony, nor is it all that, well, believable. I mean, come on, this explosive last-minute surprise witness, it wasn't real testimony. We have hearsay. There are enough lawyers, I'll use that term loosely, in the House to know that hearsay is just that. It's not evidence. Now I could say that good old Brandon pooped his pants when he visited the Pope, but that's hearsay. I wasn't there. My declaring that Brandon pooped his pants while visiting the Pope has as much standing as Kathy's does in her hearsay evidence. They shouldn't be taken with a grain of salt. Whatever in that glass should be thrown away as undrinkable. But there were some witnesses that were actually there. Let's take a look at the last story. This is from the Daily Mail. Secret Service lead and presidential driver are both prepared to testify under oath that President Trump did not grab the steering wheel or lunge at agents to drive himself to the Capitol on January 6th. Well, Kathy, so much for your hearsay evidence. They made a lot about you making these statements under oath. I wonder if they'll prosecute you for perjury.